Hello everyone, my name is Ping, and today I'll be teaching you guys one of the most entertaining card games I've ever known. I believe this card game originated in China, and I couldn't find the name of it online as it isn't a very common name. So today I'll call it the ZEU card game, spelled with ZEYU. Okay, so this ZEU game consists of you only need one thing. All you need is a standard 54 card deck, and that includes two jokers, as the joker is pretty important in the game. Now, it's best that you have a light and a dark joker, or like a white or black joker. With the dark joker being a grade less than the white joker, if you know what I'm talking about. But those kinds of decks are very hard to find nowadays, so I'll just be using the two jokers that are both light. The order of their ranks from least to lowest is shown below, with 3 the lowest, 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 8, then 9, then 10, then 11, or J, then Q, which I call 12, K or 13, and then 1, 2, and then finally joker. If you have a black and white joker, the dark joker is a rank lower than the white joker, to know that. Keep in mind that the type or the type of symbol the card is doesn't really matter, and it won't affect the rank. Like if it's a heart or it's a spade, it won't affect the rank. The most important is just the number. Now, how this works is to play this game, it's best that you have at least 2 or more players, as you can't play this game by yourself unless you act as 2 players yourself. But I would suggest 3 players, as it'd be much more entertaining if there was 3 people. For 3 people at most, or at least, I would use 2 decks of cards. For 2 people, you can just use 1 deck of card, but as I said before, I would suggest you to use 2 decks of card. And whenever you have decks of card, you want to split all of the cards evenly to the players. So 2 decks of card equals 108 cards in total, and each person will get 36 cards. While if it's only a 2-player game or with using 1 deck, it's only gonna be 27 cards each person. Now, the more cards you have, the more fun it is. But then after 36 cards, I personally believe that the game starts to get slow and boring. So I would suggest to use at least, at the very least, each person should have 20 cards. At most, I'd say about 40. Now, to start the game, each player will get their fair share of decks, and always remember to reshuffle your deck of cards whenever you finish playing a round or a game. And so, after you get your cards, you want to sort your cards out. You want to sort the same numbers by their own group. For example, you want to sort all the 3, all the 4, or all the 5s together, or all the 6, or you just want to sort each other together. Now, after you sort them together, you're going to find many types of cards. Or circumstances for each types of card. There's going to be some cards there's going to be like some cards that only have one of its kind. So in this example, I only have 1, 2. You might get some pairs of number, and then you might get 3 or more of the same type of number. I'll just call all the letters also numbers. And whenever you have 3 of the same type of card, like 3 A's, we call this a bomb. So any number of cards more than these 3 would be called bombs. For example, if you have 3 of the same thing, 4 of the same thing. Now, if you have a larger deck, such as 2 decks, you might get 5 of the same thing, 6 of the same thing. Now, these bombs also have ranks. The bombs are the same ranks of this one. For example, let's say I have 3 cards of this 3. that's gonna be a 3-3 bomb, since it's a bomb of 3 cards and the number is 3. Now let's say my opponent has a 3 bomb, or like a 3 card bomb of number 4. So let's say I place down the 3 bomb. They can place the 4-4 bomb, the 4-3 bomb over my bomb, because the 4 has a higher ranking and they both have the same amount of numbers. But it also really depends on how many cards of the same thing is in your bomb. For example, let's say you have a bomb that consists of 6 3s. That bomb is much higher than only a 3 card bomb of 4. So when the bombs are at the same level, you want to see their rankings based on this. But first of all, you want to see which bomb has more numbers, because whichever one has more digits or more numbers, it's just going to be much higher, with the exception of Joker. Now, I'll just talk about that in a sec. So let's say I had 4 cards of the 2, making a 4 bomb, and 3 cards of 8, which would make it a 3-8 bomb. Then this one would be much higher since it has more digit. Now, let me just tell you right now that this card game isn't very easy to understand, so you might need to have some time to get used to it, and I wouldn't suggest anyone to play this card under the age of 9, since I played this card at maybe the age of 10. Now, for the Joker, it's a very special card. The number of Jokers you have in a deck is much less than the other cards. So even if you just have 2 Jokers, that'd be called a bomb. If you had 2 decks, a 3 Joker bomb, there will be a 3 Joker bomb and a 4 Joker bomb. Now, the rankings of the Joker cards are very special compared to the other cards. For example, if you have 2 Jokers, it's gonna be the boss. The second to the biggest boss of any bombs that consist of 4 of the same number. So let's say I have 2 Jokers and I've got 4 2s. The 2 Jokers is gonna be over 4 2s or 4 A's or 4 K's, or you get what I mean. So, but if you only have 1 Joker, it doesn't count as a bomb. You need at least 2 Jokers. Now, whenever you add another Joker, it's gonna upgrade the number of its card by 2. To better explain that, for example, if I had 3 Jokers, it's going to be like the second to the boss of 6 cards of the same thing. If I have 4, it's going to be 8. If I have 5, it's going to be 10. Kind of complicated, so if you don't understand, just play this part again. Now, it's only the second to the boss. The big boss is the 4s. The 4s, it's what I call a combination bomb. There's only 1 combination bomb in the game, and it consists of using at least, for the bare minimum, 2 4s and 1 A. When you have 2 4s and 1 A, it's going to be the boss of all cards that have 4 of them the same, exception the Joker. It's going to be bigger than the 2 Jokers. But if you have 3 Jokers, which is the boss of all 6, it's gonna have a higher rank than that, which only controls all the cards that have 4 the same. Add another 4, you add 2 more digits, which would make it the leader of all 6 cards the same. But remember, let's say this is the boss of all cards that are 6 the same. If you've got 7 3s, just the lowest ranking of the cards, it's still gonna be over that, since it's only the leader of 6 cards, not 7 cards. So it just depends on how many cards you have, with the exception of Joker and 4s. Now, this combination, you can add as many 4s as you want, with each 4 adding 2 more ranks to it, if you know what I mean. But all you need is only 1 A. You cannot add more than 1 A. Now, for bombs, you can have several bombs. It's not like in a game you can only have 1 bomb. For example, let's say I have 8 twos. I want to strategically use it by splitting it into 2 bombs of 4 twos. So then I've got 2 very, very powerful bombs. Or let's say I've got 3 fours, 3 fours and 1 A. I wouldn't want to split that because like if I only had 2 fours and 1 A, yeah, it's gonna be the leader of 4 cards, but you're gonna have 1 useless 4. Since just like the Joker, if you only have 1 4 or 1 A, it's not gonna work. You need at least 2 fours and 1 A to make this combination work. And now, also for the pairs of cards, its ranking is still the same, by 3s all the way to the Jokers. In pairs, 4 is still over there, okay? Unless you have a combination bomb, then it's going to be very, very high. For single cards, it's also the same. So how this works is, after you got all your cards sorted out by their number, you're going to choose somebody to start the card. You can use ways such as whoever's youngest starts first, or whoever's oldest starts first. That you can decide. Now, in this game, the person who starts, he can play down anything. If I was him, I'd play down my spare cards of a pair of card or 1 card. Since bombs are precious, bombs is like when you're trying to battle. Let me just first talk about the objective in the game. The objective in the game is to get as many points as possible by the end of the game. How do you obtain points? Well, that's a good question. You obtain 5 points by getting so let's say we play a series of cards, and after that you win the battle. The cards that you collect, some of them have points. For example, 5 equals 5 points, 10 equals 10 points, and K is very special. It gets 15 points instead of 13. So how this works is, let's say in the beginning you want to play like a pair or 1 card. Now sometimes, usually for me, I want to get rid of as many spare cards as possible, since bombs, you can put them down at most of the times, but like singles and doubles, you can only play them at certain times. Now, let's say I play a pair of 6. The opponent can play anything, they can only play a pair of numbers that has a ranking higher than 6. For example, 7 to 2. For example, they can play 2 7s, 2 8, 2 9, 2 10. Of course, they can also play bombs, but I wouldn't waste it since this is worthless. There's not even a single point. You can't play anything that's lower than the rank. And I would never play in the beginning a 2, because then nobody's going to take your card. Because usually you want other people to also play your cards, or else like sometimes there's something called a dead end for yourself. It's when nobody accepts your card and you just lose without getting any points, because like you've got no points in your own deck of card and nobody's playing after you. So usually, if let's say you play a few doubles or a few singles and nobody accepts your cards, not that they won't accept it or like they don't want it. Because like when you're playing this card game, the opponent may choose to skip their own turn. Now, if your opponents keep on skipping your turns, then if I were you, I would make it more intense. For example, adding a little 5 or little 10, because that just starts like a battle, because like people want to obtain these points. Now, let's just say, example, I play a 5. Somebody plays a 2, and then another person. A 5 is not very, very worthy of a lot of bomb. So let's say they play a 3 of A's. Now, if you want to play, you have to play at least 3 2s or more of 4 digits. And a 5 isn't worth that much, and you skip your turn. If let's say you're playing with multiple people, and nobody can play higher than your card, or they all skip their own turn, then you obtain that point. That's how you obtain or win this battle. And there's going to be a lot of battles. I can guarantee you that. Some rules that I didn't mention before is that if somebody plays a single, you can't play a double. If somebody plays a double, you can't play a single. You can only play a bombs because they don't have the same number of cards. But that's only for ones or twos. For bombs, you can play them at whatever time you need to. But unless you're the person before you played a bomb that has a higher rank than you, you can't play anything that's lower or less ranked to the person who played before you. And you can't also play a bomb that is the same. For example, somebody plays 3 4s. I can't play 3 4s again. I need to play something like a bomb that is much higher than 3 4. To encourage that more people will try to finish their cards as fast as possible, my family does this rule that whoever finishes first gets an extra 20 point, so that nobody skips their own turn a lot, because they can get at least 20 points. I will now play a game. I'll now play a round of this game with my dad, and I'll explain along the way. Okay, so my dad just shuffled the deck, and now we'll just split the deck evenly first. And yeah, let's grab the cards now. Alright, so now I just finished organizing my cards. I split my deck into two. One contains all my precious, beautiful little bombs. I don't have much. I only have 1, 2, and 3. Only 3 bombs. And my other ones, I've got a lot of cards that aren't even bombs. As I said, it's much more entertaining if you have more cards, but so be it. Now, I'll just let my dad start. Yeah, you see, that's his deck of cards. Okay, begin. So he plays a 3. Like I said, you usually want to play the lowest first. Got lots of cards. 10. 10? So we have 10 points. I'm just going to put that aside, as that's what I stake. Q. K. K is 15. 25 points at stake. So I better win this battle. You can split a pair into a single, but I'm just gonna play this. A joker. He plays 3 5s, equals 15 points. Now, I'm actually able to calculate what his cards are, since it's only 2 players. Since I only have 1 4, and in the deck there are 4 4s, I can calculate that he has 3 4s, and thus he is so confident that he's gonna win this battle. So he has 10, 25, 30, 40 points at stake. And well, sometimes you just gotta know that you're gonna lose. You see, I got a lot of points right here. 45 points, 30 points, but my highest one is only 4 J's. He has 3 4s and at least 1 A, so I better play a higher card or something so that he can't even add more points. He plays a 3. I need to make him play his 3 4s, or else it's gonna be in his deck forever. But if I play my only bigger one, I've got nothing to protect them, so I'm in a very, very bad situation. What should I do now? Just hope that by playing this, it will lure him into playing the 3 4s, and in the end, I could just, like, if he has no more bombs, I play these bombs, and hopefully I can win. 4 J's. And bam, 3 4s and an A. That 3 4s controls all any cards that has the same 6 cards. So he gets all that point. A lot of money right there. Now he plays since, yeah, he won that battle. Just gonna shove that aside. He plays a double. 2 7s. What do I have? Oh. Actually, I didn't organize very well since I thought I only had 1 9, but I have 2 9s. Lots of good cards. I mean, not a lot of good cards. Okay. He doesn't want because there's no point. There are no points. So all I'm trying to go now is just trying to win the 20 points by going out all first. Double 3, the lowest one. Hopefully he'll play some. He doesn't want it. 2 7s? Nope. 2 8s? Nope. Yeah, I'm just speaking for him. 2 A's? Nope. You see, I only have these cards. A 6, 8. I've got no choice but to spice it up again and play at 5. But I technically lose because the highest one I got is this. And oh, he says he wants it. So if I play this and he plays higher than me, then I got a lot at risk. Oh, also, if you have less than 3 cards, you have to announce that. Should I take this risk? Sure, why not? This is only a demonstration, not exactly what I would do, but 3 10s. Let's see what he got. 3 Qs. Just enough, just 1 rank lower than me. Since this is just a demonstration, I'm just gonna end this game quickly. 3 Ks. So what's at stake is 10, 20, 30, 60, 70, 80. 80 points at stake. Can he go? Let's just see. Okay. 3 6 not 3 8's bad. He has got no more bombs. This risk was awesome. But if you want to make it much more entertaining, have at least 3 players and 2 decks. Now let's count the points. I've got 30, 40, 50, 60, 80. Plus I finished first. I got 100 points. How much does he have? Also remember, if you don't have too many bombs, don't expect that your opponent's gonna have so much more. He only has 10, 20, 40. So in the beginning of the game, it looks like he was on the winning side, on the verge of winning, but in the end, as I took the big risk, looks like I made the right decision and I won this match. Now you could play several rounds of this, and in the end, add all of the points together and see who wins. Usually, I'd play around 11 rounds, which would take at least about an hour, and it's just so entertaining. And I think if you're a parent right now and you don't want your kids to always be on the screen playing video games or stuff, teach them this game. It's so fun. You can try and calculate what your opponent's having, and you've got to do mathematics in the end to calculate how many points you've got. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to my channel, as my channel is very new and each subscription really supports me